Keep California cowgirls from vanishing.
Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Suzie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Jumping at liberty to music, making our Morgan horses our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles area. Semi on the big steps. Morgan horse Sadie doing obstacles rainlessly.
Semi drives a cart. Sadie pulls a log. Sadie learns to pull a cart. Miniature Zebu heifer Suzie learns to drive a cart. Bull Rusty learns to pull a harrow.
This is a continuation show about roping my mini Zebu cattle, ranch roping with them. And on my last show, I realized that I haven't been practicing underhand roping enough. So I've been practicing in the mornings on a dry steer similar to this one. This one's made out of white vinyl fence rails, a wooden head, and some water pipe for the horns. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing to practice. I don't know if I'll be able to do it out here with this particular dry steer, but in the corner of our very favorite working area now with our mini Zebus are Sela and Suzie hanging out. Rusty's just walking down the corridor. You missed him. Oh no, there he is, right there in the middle of the camera screen, the TV screen. Rusty comes down to visit, so he doesn't get upset. And Eve is tacked up and ready to go for my attempts to ranch rope Suzie at a standstill today. I hope I can show you improvement. Now here are my attempts roping the dry steer. Brianna's going to move Eve out of the way. I'm going to go over there and show you what I've been doing every morning since I realized that I have been practicing the underhand and side swing. I've been practicing the overswing for years, and that's not what I can use to rope Suzie here in this ranch setting, especially because she has a hump. And if I overswing from the rear, I generally get the hump involved in that soft tissue, and I don't want to pull slack on it. Roping from the side, not overhand like this, but like a side swing. I have to remember to drop the coils so that the loop doesn't change its size and shape. And if I aim right, I should be able to get those horns. They're standing still. I'm close by, but not too close. Sometimes roping too close is harder than roping far away. Let's see if I can do it. Here we go. I got horn and half a head, which is a legal catch. I'd like to do it and get 2 horns. And then I practice, practice, practice. And I'll show you, I hope, improvement as we practice not only with the dry steer on this ranch roping, but with my mini Zebu cattle. This again is my breakaway plastic Honda, so it does slide nice and it won't hold slack or choke Suzie. I got to think about dropping my coil, at least one coil in the left hand. Think about looking beyond the head that I'm roping. And you know what? I didn't hook the horns. I would have had it had I hooked the horns. Okay. Every time I miss, I try to figure out what I can do next time to do it better. So I look beyond the head, but I also have to make sure that I come from the front of the head. There you go. Perfect. And that's what I'm going to practice over and over and over again on the dry steer and on mini Zebu heifer Suzie. Now I'm going to get in the saddle, see if I can try it on Suzie from the saddle where Brianna is going to be holding Suzie for me, like we did at the end of the last show, about roping my mini Zebu cattle using ranch roping. Okay, we're going to try Suzie now, who is placed about where my roping steer, my dry steer was. I've got my rope, I've got my spurs, I've got my western saddle, I've got a side pull on Eve's head with my roping reins. I side passed Eve into position here before we turn the camera on, and all was well. Roping reins in my middle finger. Coils between my thumb and my index finger. Can I rope underhanded or from the side without getting Suzie upset, without getting Eve upset? And can I get a neck catch? I don't think I can get a horn catch because her ears are right there, and right behind her ears is her hump. But can I get a neck catch? Not far enough, but I did drop my coil. Not enough power in my throw. But Eve stood still and Suzie stood still. So I can keep practicing this way as long as neither of them get stressed. And the reason that they wouldn't get stressed is because they trust us. We work with them a lot. Let's assume I had low branches here and I had to catch my cow this way. Not enough power. Whoop. And Eve was about to step forward. It's weird to try to give power to a throw when you do it underhanded or side-handed. Feels weird, I'm just not used to it. There you go. Back. Now you know what? I had it and then Eve moved forward and got in the way. It's a lot harder to do it when you've got a real cow and a real horse. A lot more variables involved. And wait until I start trying to do it. When the horse is moving and the cow is moving. What a challenge. Over. Gonna put her in position. Whoa, good. Little side pass to the left. Whoa, whoa, good. Whoa. Now you see the livestock are getting antsy. So we may have to continue on another day. We'll see. They're not sure what I'm doing either. Okay, now we're going to try again. We stopped the camera to give Eve some time without the rope and without Suzie. See if we could settle her down. We let Suzie go and then lassoed her up again with our kids' rope. Go 2 steps up. Not enough coil dropped. I was too far away. But at least they're both standing still. There you go. Perfect. As a matter of fact, if I pull slack properly, if Suzie doesn't tilt her head, I've got her horns, which involves no soft tissue. Now, can I do this out in the ranch when we're actually ranch roping? Probably not. I'd probably go for a neck catch. But as long as the cattle aren't all riled up and the horses are doing what they're supposed to be doing, a neck catch is okay. When you do ranch roping or ranch herding or ranch penning or ranch doctoring, you don't want to rile up the cattle. You don't want to do 2.5-minute goes like they do in cuttings. You want to give yourself plenty of time and as much staff, ranch hands as you can, and then you can get the job done. And you have to practice. Like I'm showing you. I've been practicing and will continue to practice. That's all for today. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl. Well, today's session with Eve and Suzie is to underhand rope Suzie from the back of Eve while Suzie is on a long line. I'm not ready to start charging around here with Eve, trying to rope Suzie, my mini Zebu heifer, with an underhand throw, but I thought this is something I just kind of conjured up this morning and we're going to try it. I thought if we have like a 20-foot line, which is what we have, hooked to Suzie's halter, I can start moving Eve into position to underhand rope Suzie from the side or from the front. And I've been practicing every morning on my dry steer, and in fact, to make it a simulation more close to what is real, I took a pair of reins with me and I keep them near my dry steer rope, and I put the reins between my index finger and my middle finger. So I think about automatically, not even, just not even think about it. So it feels normal to have something there, because right now I have my roping reins there. Woo. Woo. And Eve isn't 100% soft yet, I can tell you that. But she's pretty good about letting me throw the loop any which way. So I'm going to try it today. And I'm going to put Eve in position. I've got my spurs on. I've got my helmet on. I'm going to try to keep Eve soft. And you just walk by me with the long line. Woo, woo. And I have to let go of this coil. That's critical. Woo. There you go. Look what I did first throw today. And you know, that's because I've been practicing on the dry steer, and I realized that I get so focused on what's happening with my throw hand, or what's happening with my rein, even when I'm not on a horse, that I forget to let go of a coil. So that was real successful. Do I dare try it again? You know what? Can you take it off her head? Yeah. Because I also want to work on making Eve soft when we're around my mini Zebus, instead of throwing this time, I'm going to keep the rope in my hand. I'm going to keep the roping reins, which are my very special nylon braided reins, between my fingers, my index finger and my middle finger. But I'm going to concentrate more, not on throwing the rope or letting go of my coils. I'm going to concentrate more on asking Eve to follow Suzie wherever you go with her, and try to give a long line so that Eve doesn't follow you. Yeah? She doesn't. I don't want her to join up with you. I want her to realize that her job is back to follow Suzie, and I'm going to ask her back to go in position for roping. Looking off to the side, open my right foot, my right leg. Good. Woo, woo. Wait for Suzie to go. Look over to my left. Oh, and Suzie's starting to move now. Okay, and Evie's moving. Watch the line under Suzie's front hooves. Good, good, good. Okay, go ahead. I'm just going to kind of spin like a top here while you go around. That's really good practicing. And I'd love it if Suzie would pick up a trot again. That gives us a challenge. Rate the cow. She doesn't know those words, but keep using them. She did know them a few years ago when we were doing log pull, stone boat pull, cart, which we'll do again. We just have been concentrating on horse training and raising little Sela. Back, back, look over her head. Good, good, good. Oh, and here comes Sela, real good. Whoa. Very seldom are you working with just one cow when you're doing ranch horse work. Back. And Sela's getting kind of riled up and running around after her mom. That's real good for Eve. Real good training for Eve. Back. Yeah, she stops at the gate. She doesn't want to work. These livestock very seldom want to work. They're just willing to work with the proper training. Let's stop the camera, and Ryan, would you get the white stick that's in the nearby shed? Back. Good. If you don't have a training tool, a stick, careful, she's stuck. Then just pick up any kind of a arm extension that you can from the ground. It doesn't matter. We don't have to spend a lot of money on this tack, but we do have to have the right tools available when we need a little bit help on our cueing. Good, good. If she stops again, we'll stop the camera again and get the stick. We didn't bother because she started moving. Back, 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 back. Good. Try to go the other way now. Do a figure 8. Everything should be done in both directions. Now, will Eve move by herself? I'm going to see. Light rein, no pressure. Not yet, but I'm looking.
She's looking.
Yeah, okay, woo. Back, back. Okay. Woo, woo. Right now she's hard. I don't like that, so I'm tugging. Give me a chance. When she gets hard like that, yeah, it's best to stop. And let me concentrate on my cues to my horse. Back, back. Very nice. Very nice, Eve. Whoa. Okay, if you can go again.
Step up.
Good. Look how much practice you can have with mini cows on a small mini ranch. Whoa. Good. See if she'll go by herself. I'm looking in the direction I want her to go, opening my right foot. Whoa. I don't want her to go forward. I just wanted her to turn over her haunches. Good. Whoa. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back. Notice I have my O-ring snaffle on today. I keep changing my head stalls it's a good idea. Craig Cameron on RFD TV recommends that you keep changing. Go from a bowsel to a side pull to a snaffle to a shank bit. Otherwise, the horse tends to get numb to what device you have to explain to the horse from their head what you want. So each time I ride now, I try to use a different head stall, a different cueing device for the head. Back, back, back. Even just a halter sometimes, but not yet. Eve doesn't know enough yet to be in just a rope halter. All right, let's see if we can go again.
Step up. Step up G. Step up G. Step up.
And once you go by, I'm going to ask by looking to the right, opening my right leg.
Step up. Step up.
Good, good. Now Eve is watching. She's loose on the rein.
Step up. Step up.
And try to go forward out of the Eve's view. Okay, now I'm going to look, sit on my pockets, because I want her to back, go around, back, 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 back. Good. Whoa. And there you go. That was light. That was cue, acceptance of my cues. That was the right answer. And then the next thing we're going to do, whoa, to give me some more practice in roping, I just wanted to leave well enough alone and quit on a good note of resolution. As far as Suzie goes, next time we're going to use my ATV that won't have a lead line on it, and we can make it go any which way. And I'm going to try to get Eve to understand that she's to follow that simulated cow, that moving object, and give me some more practice of underhand roping.
Here are clips of the beginning of the next session of roping practice with the ATV.
And today, for roping practice, to give me an opportunity to practice some more without using Suzie right now, my mini Zebu heifer, I just was so happy to have caught her in one throw last time with an underhand throw, and I didn't want to try again because I don't want to get her all upset if I keep having to do it if I miss. So I'm going to use my mechanical devices until I get a little bit more confident back that I won't miss. And there it is. There's my ATV roping machine with my horns that I developed from an old lawn sweeper. And what we're going to do today, and I haven't practiced, this is not rehearsed, what we're going to do today is Brianna's going to go in a big circle, similar to where Suzie was going yesterday, or the day before. I think we last filmed the day before. And I am going to try to rate the moving object with Eve, with the rope in my hand, and if I feel like I have an opportunity to underhand rope the mechanical simulated cow roping horns, I'll do it. And if I miss, it's just a machine. I'm not getting another livestock member upset because I am not doing my job well. This is going to be the beginning of my practice with my mechanical devices back here in this not turf area, but not an arena. And I'm going to keep practicing until I get quite consistent. I do practice every single morning on my dry steer that's set up near my house. And I'm getting pretty consistent there, but it's so different trying to rope a moving object on a moving horse. I'm letting Eve watch. Just go around, big circle in front of us. And Eve is watching. Look at her ears and her eyeballs. And now, yeah, she said, oh, whoa, what is this thing? Now, she's seen it before, but you know, it's kind of weird. We keep this ATV charged up so that it's ready to go when I want to practice. Just has to be plugged in. I'm going to walk out to the middle now. I've got my spurs on if I need them. Oops. I'm just going around with it now. I want her to know that that's her job, to go around with it. Whoa, and not go forward, back. Good. Whoa, stop. Okay, I underhand through. I got one horn, a horn and half a head, so to speak. There is no head on this thing, but I can tell that if there would have been a head, I would have had a legal catch. So, I'm going to get to practice a little bit more today. I don't want to get Evie upset prematurely either. Notice that, back. I am using my breakaway rope, woo, that has the plastic Honda, so it slips easily, so that when I go back to roping Suzie, I won't accidentally choke her if I do get a net catch, and I'll be used to using this rope. Every rope has a different feel. I have different Hondas on all my ropes, so I want to try to be real consistent here and not changing variables except for the moving object as I learn to get better and better at roping. Now I'm wrapping that rope under my arm so the loop doesn't get caught under my stirrup. I'm checking my coils. It's very important to make sure, oh dear, that you can release coils without releasing your reins, without releasing the whole rope. And you know what? No, in this case, I didn't have the coils laying right, so the best way to handle that is just throw the rope out. Luckily, Evie's standing nice and still. She's used to this kind of rope manipulation around her, which took some training. There we go. Now I'm going to form my loop again. Ooh, good. She wanted to go forward, but I sat on my pockets, asked her to whoa, so she didn't go forward. Checking my coils again, putting my reins between my index finger and my middle finger. Okay, now if I can just keep it together, go again, and let go of a coil if I have to rope from far away. I'm hoping my horse will be cooperative.
To be continued in part 2. Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Rusty and Suzie, Heifer Calf Selah. For more information, www.cowgirlchannel.com.